following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's Ravens Report, the Ravens travel to Chicago, looking to bounce back after a tough loss in Miami. We preview this week's matchup against the Bears with wide receiver Rashad Bateman and head coach John Harbaugh. All that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
He's the 15-10-5 touchdown Ravens. They are dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T.
Welcome to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. The roller coaster of an NFL season continues, and for the Ravens, it's been no different. A disappointing loss to the Dolphins last Thursday night has this team hungry to bounce back and keep pace with what's now a crowded group of teams atop the AFC. And their first opportunity will come on Sunday on the road in Chicago. But before we move ahead to Week 11, let's head back to Week 9 and relive that thrilling overtime win against the Vikings at home, where we had Lamar Jackson mic'd up.
On a beautiful Sunday in November in Baltimore, the Ravens welcome the Minnesota Vikings to town, looking for a 12th straight win against an NFC opponent.
Come on out, man.
Hey, look, I'm mic'd up. Tell everybody. Tell everyone. Tell everyone.
Fall-like conditions in Baltimore as the 5-2 Ravens take on the 3-4 Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, it's a beautiful day for football. It don't get no better than this. Ravens versus the Vikings. Man, we the bus of the AFC North. They just happen to be in the way of the bus. Let's go.
I'm gonna go out here and ball. Gotta bring a W home. Let's do it.
Trust your preparation, trust your instincts, be bold.
Ravens coming in and knowing that they start the day top spot in the AFC North.
Go out here, man. Let's dominate, man. Each and every time we touch the ball, man. Let's make a play, be playmakers, man. Y'all boys did that for y'all whole career. I'm trying to do the same, man. Lay y'all boys family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.
I feel great, man. I feel great.
Locked in.
I'm locked in. I'm ready.
Some special moments, man.
Yeah.
Cherish every one of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everything we do today is to be together. Have a price for the man next to you. Do all the small things well. At a championship level. You want to be a champion? Do that today. Push hard for 60 minutes. Physical, physical, physical. Yeah. Every play. Let's go. Bring it to together, we win. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Hey, we not getting off this field out 6, man. Let's go, man.
We're going to score right here.
What a shot.
Jackson out of the gun, wants to throw. Lobs it deep inside the 10. He's got Rashad Bateman there. Bateman is hit. Penalty flag is down. It'll be pass interference. And the Vikings defense is going to give the Ravens offense a 1st and goal inside the 5. Jackson throws quickly. He's got a man wide open. Devontae Freeman. Touchdown, Ravens. And how's that for a turn of events with 19 seconds left in the opening half?
Let's go.
And for Lamar Jackson, that is now 44 straight regular season games with either a passing or a rushing touchdown.
We needed that.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
needed
sir.
that.
This, baby. I got you, brother. Trust.
Now the focus of the day shifts to the defense.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Hands it off to Cook, sweeping to the left. Ravens have him bottled up and dropped. They're bringing blitz pressure off the edge. Kirk Cousins has to lob it under pressure. His pass is incomplete at the 45-yard line. And the punt team is coming on for Minnesota.
That's it. Players showing up, baby. I love it. Great job, fellas.
Jackson looking to the right, throws far sideline. Hollywood Brown makes the catch.
Every yard matters here.
I already know field goal. I already know, baby. That's the game.
Ready? Let's up.
Running behind Pat Ricard, gets a block, crosses the 45, 50, far sideline, 30, 40, and he's all the way down to the Minnesota 38-yard line.
Closer, closer, closer.
I love yards.
Okay,
just tell the guys to protect the football.
Yeah, no holding.
Run downhill.
Yeah, got you. Let's go. I'm trying to be Gus and JK at the same time. I stick to where I'm at. The Hall of Fame would do that.
Justin Tucker, the potential hero, is coming on. We've seen this so many times before. Justin Tucker, game on the line.
Yes, I was nervous before I attempted the game-winning field goal. If you're not feeling a little bit nervous, like, are you really living?
Let's go, Tuck.
Tucker's kick is up, and it is good! The Ravens have won it in overtime. The hay's in the barn, and the Ravens are 6-2.
Hope.
Hey,
Love you,
there
bro.
you are. I was
Love
looking
you,
for you. Hey,
love you, baby.
I appreciate it.
Always, baby.
All love.
Appreciate that, baby. Love.
This team is made up of a lot of grit, a lot of will, tenacity, you name it.
Appreciate you, baby.
I'm giving this game ball to faith.
Yeah,
Grace.
always.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what do it.
There is no more MVP-ish type performer than Lamar Jackson.
Another classic win for the Ravens at home and another game for Lamar Jackson's MVP resume. Coming up next on Ravens Report, we preview the game against the Bears with the head coach, John Harbaugh.
Ravens Report is brought to you by MedStar Health, the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens, and you. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. The one benefit to a Thursday night game, even in a loss, is the added time to get healthy and prepared for the following week, often referred to as the mini-bye. It allowed John Harbaugh and his staff to take a deep dive into not only what this team has to improve on, but also get a jump on their opponent, the Chicago Bears. And for more on this game, here's the head coach with Garrett Downing.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. You're gearing up this week for a matchup against the Chicago Bears. I want to start with one of your young guys, Rashad Bateman, first-round pick. Wide receivers played well since he's taken the field. What is it about him that has allowed him to have success since he's stepped into the lineup?
Well, I mean, Rashad's a talented guy, and he's determined. He wants to do well. I think he's got a lot of confidence, a very even personality. But he'll be the first to tell you, even though he's doing well, and I think he is doing well, there's so much more there. You know, there's so much more opportunity for him to grow and get better. He's just got to keep working and go out there and try to be a better player than he was the week before.
All right, let's move to your other first-round pick, Odafe Owe. We're starting with the rookies here today. You know, he's played great over the course of this season, and he talked this week, you know, about wanting to continue to improve. And when you get to this point of the year, the media often asks rookies about the rookie wall. Is that something that you talk to these guys about because you know that this is the longest football season they've ever had in their lives?
No, it's something the media talks to them about. You know, the rookie wall is, to me, it's a figment of your imagination. You create a wall for yourself, then you've got a wall that you got to deal with. There's no real wall there. It's your ability to come in every day, work as hard as you can from one day to the next, and be your best. Try to be a little bit better tomorrow than you were today. These guys understand, man, this is the key part of the season. We're in November. We're establishing our position for December football. They remember what you do in December, and that's what we've got to focus on. So I don't care if you're a rookie or you're 59 years old, you know, there'll be time for any walls.
Yeah, absolutely. One more rookie question, but this is about the guy you're playing this week, Justin Fields, rookie quarterback. What kind of challenges does he present?
Well, he's a great player. I mean, he's a talented player. You know, he's learning his way around it just like any rookie does, quarterback or whatever position it is. But he's capable of making plays, great arm, can run, big, strong guy. All those things. We just got to deal with what we have and what he does and how they use him in their offense and do the best we can and really play the best defense that we can play.
The Bears, they have a talented defense. Obviously, you know this, Robert Quinn, Khalil Mack are two really good pass rushers. How do you expect them to use those guys to disrupt what you do on offense?
Well, they're going to do what they do. You know, they're going to come off the edge and rush the quarterback, and they're going to try to hit all those edge runs with everything they've got. You know, those are two of the best football players in the game, two of the best edge players in the game. That's where the defense starts, along with Akeem Hicks. They got Roquan Smith's a great inside linebacker, and they've got other really good players. So it's a very formidable defense, and we're gonna have to execute. It starts with blocking people. And we've got to block their guys. If we block their guys, we'll have a chance. If we don't, it's gonna be a long day.
And lastly, Coach, you play the Bears once every 4 years. Last time you were there was 8 years ago. When you play a team so rarely, how does that affect things, if at all, as you're preparing for a game against them?
Well, I mean, you're just getting to know them a little more in the start, but it really doesn't affect them. You're playing them on Sunday, and you learn everything you can. You teach your guys. You put a game plan together, and you go play the game.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thanks, Garrett.
Coming up next on Ravens Report, wide receiver Rashad Bateman is starting to catch his stride in the NFL, and he joins the show next. Welcome back to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. After being selected in the first round in last April's draft, Rashad Bateman quickly showed he was everything this organization had hoped for, especially in those early days of training camp. Unfortunately, though, a groin injury delayed Bateman's ability to make an impact as the season got started. But since his return, Bateman has gotten better and clearly more comfortable in the offense each game. And for more on his season and the start of his pro career, here's Rashod with Shelby Gurnath.
With the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota.
Rashad, your NFL debut was delayed 5 games due to your groin surgery, but we've seen you in action 4 times now. What has it been like playing in the NFL?
I would definitely say it's been everything that I've dreamed of, win or loss. Every time I go out there, I feel like a little kid at Christmas. But I'm still taking it all in. It's a lot to learn, but I'm definitely having fun with it.
Now, that was your first major injury. It was the first time you even had surgery. Mentally and physically, what was that process like for you?
Mentally, I would definitely say it was worse. It would have been my first injury. I didn't really know what to do or how to get through it. But, a shout out to the Ravens, my surgeon and my teammates. They was by my side through the whole time, so they definitely helped out a lot.
Now, we did get to see you finally make your NFL debut against the Chargers. That was such a big game. From putting on your jersey and pads for the first time to running out of the tunnel and playing in front of Ravens flock, what emotions were you feeling that Sunday?
It was a lot. I would say that I cried, but I didn't cry. It just felt like I did with all the emotions and stuff going on. But I get that way every game. I'm nervous to play every single game, but playing in the NFL is different, but it's an exciting difference, so I love it.
Now, you've come in and made an immediate impact on this offense. I mean, almost every one of your receptions has produced a first down. What has it been like for you to come in and be that productive this early on in your career?
It just comes, it just shows the work that we put in and day out. Being able to come in, develop that connection with Lamar, O-line, chemistry with the coaches, developing that trust. I think I just came in focused and ready to do that. My job is to catch the ball, help this team any way possible. So I think I just need to continue to do that. I think we can go do special things.
Lamar started training camp on the COVID list, and then you went down with your injury shortly after his return. So you two really didn't have a lot of time in the preseason together. So what has your chemistry been like with him out there?
It's been fun. We at practice together. If something don't hit right, we make sure we go back. We run it again. But it also comes from trust. I had to come in here and earn number 8 trust. I think I've done that at practice and training camp and things like that. I just feel like he trusts me. The coaches are soon learn to trust me as well, and my teammates. So I think I just need to go out and keep proving to them that.
Heading to Chicago this weekend for another road game. In one of your first interviews with us, you said your biggest fear is flying. Have you gotten over that?
No, I'm still not over flying. It's really the takeoff that gets to me. The landing, I'm usually asleep right in, but usually the takeoff gets me. I fly because I'm forced to. That's the only way I can get to where I need to get to. So I kind of learned to accept it. I just try to go to sleep as quickly as possible.
It'll be a cold game, but that's what you're used to. Going back up to your region, what will that mean to you?
Definitely a lot to go back and play up in the Midwest. I'm kind of excited to see what the weather will be. I hope it snow, but I don't hope it snow. I hope it rain. I don't hope it rain. I'm used to playing in that, so I'm always looking for the advantage. So I guess we'll see.
Okay, Rashod, we're gonna end with a few rapid fire this or that questions. Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Cookie dough raw or cookie dough baked?
Cookie dough raw.
A spontaneous trip or a planned trip?
Planned.
Have a pause button for your life or a rewind button?
Ooh.
I know.
Rewind.
Chicken strips or chicken nuggets?
Chicken strips.
Dipping in what?
Barbecue sauce.
Tattoo or piercing?
Tattoo.
A go route or a stop route?
Stop route.
Curl route or slant route?
Slant route.
All right, Rashod, thank you so much for your time. Good luck on the flight this weekend and in the game against the Bears.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And for Rashod and the rest of this Ravens receiving corps, Sunday will be a great test as they face a Bears defense that's been strong against the pass all season. And coming up next on Ravens Report, Brian Billick takes a closer look at how the Ravens offense can attack the style of defense they saw Thursday night in Miami, and also the impressive performance from Calais Campbell against the Dolphins.
Brian Billick's Breakdown is powered by Microsoft, the official tablet of the Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. Last Thursday in Miami, the Dolphins came in with a great game plan defensively. It utilized a zero blitz scheme that did hold the Ravens to 2 for 14 on third down. And look, in a copycat league, you have to imagine the Bears will see if they can replicate that same success on Sunday. So for the answers on how to beat it, here's Brian Billick with this week's Billick's Breakdown.
Obviously, it was a tough week, short week in Miami, a tough place to play, tougher than a lot of people recognize, in a really surprising 22-10 loss. The offense obviously struggled with the cover zero. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But the defense, you got to look at the performance of the defense. 60 yards rushing Miami, that's all they had. 3 of 13 on third down, 1 of 4 in the red zone. Solid effort by the defense. And it was led by Calais Campbell. We need to talk about this 6-time Pro Bowler or coming up in the Pro Bowl balloting. It's hard to imagine people not considering him the top of the list for the interior lineman. And here's why. When you look at the film, just the way that he gobbles up protections and run schemes. On this first play, he does such a great job of two-gapping this right guard. You can see that singles everybody else up, and he just really stones the guard and watches for the back to commit. This makes it very tough for the back as to which way he's going. And then once he decides, basically tosses the guard away and is able to be in on the tackle. Now, this next one is a classic TE stunt. You're going to watch him line up on the center. He's going to bring the off guard, the center, and the right guard, collapse them all the way down. That allows Owe to come around in a classic looping stunt to come free. So he ends up taking up 3 blocks that allows Owe to come around and get unmolested to the quarterback. This is a classic definition of a dominant inside player. Next, you're going to see, and this is really impressive, they give him a great deal of respect, as you should. They're going to end up trying to double him. So they're going to try to get the guard and the tackle to jump to the outside to the double. He literally takes both players, tosses them in through the hole, and now comes around and it is a part of the tackle. So even when they put 2-on-1, he's able, and when you do that, again, what that does is singles everybody else up across the board. Now you're going to see they make the mistake. You can't block this guy one-on-one. If you try to, you're going to have to pay the price. Here you're going to see they're going to take the left guard, and he tries to come out, and he's going to try to kick Calais Campbell out. He literally strong arms him up on the edge. Well, what does that do? That pushes the back. He can't get to the outside, so he has to cut back all the way to the inside, right to Ellis, Matabike. He's turning the running game back into the strength of the defense, as any dominant inside player is going to do. And on this last play, you can't make the mistake of going one-on-one. If you do, you're going to pay the price. He takes the right guard and literally throws him out of the way, has unobstructed to the running back for a loss. So you can see by Calais Campbell, it's the classic definition of a Pro Bowl player, someone that makes the players around him better. And the way they're able to scheme around him, he's the one guy on the defense that every offensive coordinator has to start the game plan with and says, how are we going to account for this guy? So the Ravens are going to need this kind of performance by Calais Campbell to rebound from obviously the tough loss against the Dolphins. The Bears have played a couple good games now. Justin Fields is playing better, had played very well against the Pittsburgh Steelers a couple weeks ago. And the offense can certainly expect to see many of the same types of pressure that they saw against the Miami Dolphins. Certainly the Ravens are going to continue to see the zero blitz until they can make a defense pay. It gives you plenty of opportunity with plays over the top. The key is, can you protect it? Can you hold up on the edges to give Lamar an opportunity to, and they're going to win the matchup. Obviously with Brown and Bateman, you have just the right guys, whether it's to get over the top or as we saw with Miami, they're going to play loose enough. Yes, you can take those underneath throws, but then those players have got to make players miss. Lamar only averaged 5.5 yards per attempt. It's got to be bigger than that with the big plays once you catch and throw away a defender, or get time and protection and get the big play over the top.
So now the attention turns squarely to the second half of this 17-game season. And the Ravens find themselves in good shape at 6-3, but also in a crowded race for the AFC North crown, something John Harbaugh acknowledged will be the case all season in his view. But up next, it's another uncommon NFC opponent in the Chicago Bears. Here are a couple keys to this game from my perspective. Defensively, this is the perfect opportunity to start taking the ball away at a higher rate. Only 7 this season. That's near the bottom of the NFL. And they're facing a Bears offense that's turned it over 13 times and are led by a rookie quarterback in Justin Fields. Offensively, this is a game where you run the rock against a Bears defense that is 24th against the run and top 10 against the pass. That'll do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to download the Ravens TV app on your Roku, Apple, or Fire TV device to access an on-demand library of game highlights, features, and live events from the comfort of your own home. Enjoy the game Sunday, and we'll see you right back here next week on Ravens Report.